The difference between spoken and written English is an important thing to be discussed. Yeah, otherwise, if we study written English as spoken English or spoken English as written English, it goes wrong. It's a wrong method of writing or speaking. So, mistakes, no doubt, are syllabus, but only when we learn something from here, then the mistakes can be stopped. Otherwise, we are giving a wrong feeding to the students. So, it's very essential that we should know the real difference between the spoken and written English. Okay? The first difference is that written English is unipolar, whereas spoken English is bipolar. Let us know what is bipolar and is unipolar. Okay? So to say this is one dimensional, written English is one dimensional. How? Now here one should express his feelings, emotions, thoughts and ideas by writing, and the reply is not needed, or it is not an immediate action. But in speaking, what happens? It's bipolar in the sense that one is the receiving and another is the speaking element presents here. The receiver and the speaker exchange their ideas, right? So here it is bipolar. In other words, written is one-sided and spoken is dual-sided in the sense that we want the reply immediately here. So both the speaker and listener should exchange their views immediately. The second difference is written English voiceless, but spoken English is voiced. So it involves the knowledge of stress, pitch, tone. All these managements are highly essential. The tuning is necessary in speaking, but in written English, as it is voiceless, it's just writing skill is enough. The third point of differences between written and spoken English is that here in written English, the taste of language is very important, right? But in spoken English, the style of speaking is very important. So that goes the differences here. And if you talk about the fourth difference between written English and spoken English, for writing you need spellings. Yeah, here the spelling is very important. But in spoken English, the pronunciation is very important. So here a student must learn the lessons of phonetics, otherwise his learning English is incomplete, purely incomplete. And the fifth point of difference is all about the grammar rules. See, in written English, grammar is very, very essential. But in spoken English, it is we say as the broken English or the block English, block language we say. So here no grammar is needed. Just it is an exchange of ideas, emotions, and feelings and thoughts of the people by way they are speaking is very important. Although there may be no grammar, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that I am totally telling you to avoid the grammar. You must have some basic knowledge. Okay, that means at least you must have to know the singular, plural. Accordingly, you have to set your helping verb and main verb. This much fundamental knowledge at least you must possess for speaking English also. Okay. By the way, take the case of an example. In written English, you have to write that my brother is serious. Please come. But in spoken English, you can say brother serious, come is enough. Like I said, it's block language here. No hard and fast grammar rules are looked after. And the last point of difference between written and spoken language is that in written English, there is no need of body movement or facial expressions. right? But in spoken English, this is highly essential to make your talk alive. Yes, the speech needs the movement of body, the posture, the gesture is highly essential here to make your speech alive and more living and interesting. Otherwise it is quite boring. That's why that's why spoken English is quite different from the you know written English. Another thing I am telling you, see, this is because it needs some reply in spoken English. The reply in written English is also there, but there is a difference. If I ask you, are you fine? You will say yes or no in written English. But in spoken English, you have to say, oh, yes. You have to add oh like this, or you have to say double time, yes, yes, like this. Okay. So, what happens? These are the differences we have to note in our mind when we are going either for spoken English or for written English, so that you can know what is right, what is wrong. Okay, students, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much.